This is a meeting of the Southfield Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a community meeting. There is one opportunity for public participation during the meeting, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card immediately. Roll call. Talisha Bell, Board President.
Good evening, Yvette Ware Duvall, Secretary.
Good evening, Nicole Denson, Treasurer.
Amani Johnson, trustee.
Jillian Holloway, trustee.
Janae Anderson, Trustee.
Chidi Naji, Student Representative.
Good evening, Paris Whitman, Student Representative.
Good evening, Jennifer Green, Superintendent. Taking minutes this evening is Ms. Carolyn Foster. Technical support is being provided by M1 Studios, and several members of the Executive District Network team are joining us in the audience as well.
For the record, Vice President Leslie has been an excused absence. At this time, let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We will now have our board matters. I think we're going to start with Yvette Ware Duvall.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You know, these times that we are in are a lot for our community members. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's a lot of financial stress. It is a lot to work with our children. And when we think about our situation that we're in with our nation, it is important that we always give each other grace. And we realize that wherever that person is struggling, we could be there or have been there. So I ask if any of the moms or dads need assistance, please reach out to Southfield Public Schools, to our administration, in order to receive the assistance that you need. You are not out there alone, and we all are here to help you. Thank you, President.
All right, at this time, we're going to have Trustee Jillian Holloway do our bond committee report.
I am on the Construction Advisory Committee, and I just have a couple of notes to let you all guys know that we will be having a virtual meeting, vendor outreach. That would be February 12th from 10 to 11. It's going to be virtual. We're also going to have, let me find it, please. We're going to have a vendors affair, which is February 12th, 10, but it's going to be at A&T Auditorium for all the contractors that wish to apply for contracts. Okay, there will be a flyer submitted by the communication director, I hope. Okay, there will be a move management with the university. Elementary kids will be going to Vanderburg. Middle school will be going to Eisenhower. High schoolers will be going to Southfield Regional. There will also be a traffic safety flow survey to ensure better traffic for the university when it reopens. So we have a lot of movement going on in preparation for the new school.
Thank you, Trustee.
Thank you.
I think we have another report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am excited to report on the progress and planning underway in the Southfield Public Schools Sustainability Committee. Our most recent meeting took place Wednesday, I don't know if it was Wednesday, it was January 30th at the Southfield Regional Academic Campus. No, it was virtual, sorry. And we continue to build momentum across multiple sustainability priorities. We're proud to share that Southfield's electric school bus program remains on schedule. The charging infrastructure, including the tunneling and transformer pad, are complete, and we expect delivery of our first buses by mid-March. A 2 to 3 week testing period will follow before full deployment. Notably, both the fire and police departments have already received safety briefings and walkthroughs of the new equipment, putting us in a great position when it comes to emergency preparedness and interdepartmental coordination. At Kennedy Learning Center, the recycling program has been fully launched and is already a success story. The school now has 6 designated bins and a grade-specific student responsibility model in place. Students are actively participating in sorting and collection efforts, and the school has become a model for what recycling can look like district-wide. The operations team is planning to include budget line items in next year's budget to expand this program to additional campuses while still pursuing grant funding to cover the costs. We are actively exploring solar energy implementation through multiple channels. The committee reviewed a power purchase agreement model, which would allow the district to install solar panels without upfront costs, maintenance obligations, or financial risk. We're coordinating with our grant writer to apply for EPA funding that could help support solar installations, EV charging stations, and expanded recycling costs. We're exploring both rooftop and ground-mounted solar, and will continue identifying creative, fiscally responsible solutions for our infrastructure needs. We reaffirmed our commitment to drafting a comprehensive climate resilience and sustainability policy, which we plan to bring forward during a study session this spring. Our vision is to lead by example, not only by upgrading outdated infrastructure, by embedding sustainability into the daily learning experience of every student in this district. One of its core goals is to generate long-term savings for the school district through reduced utility costs, while also committing to sustainably reducing and ultimately eliminating our carbon footprint over time. And the committee discussed the need to elevate awareness of our sustainability work. So we suggested a dedicated sustainability page on the district's website, or more frequent updates via newsletters, social media, and other communication channels currently in use by the district. We want our families and staff to know that Southfield is making bold, future-forward investments in the well-being of our students and our planet. Thank you to the committee members and district staff for helping us drive this forward, and I look forward to sharing more updates in the weeks ahead.
Great job. Thank you, trustees. Are there any additional board matters? I just wanted to, I'm not sure this was said, but our secretary, Ward Duvall, and Jillian Holloway is the alternate for the OCSBA Government Relations Committee. So I wanted to make sure that that was known, that we do have a representative, 2 representatives on our board, 1 representative and 1 alternate. At this time, if there's nothing else, we're going to have our report of the student board representatives, starting with Ms. Paris Whitman.
Good evening. I'm Paris, one of your student board representatives, and I'll be reporting for Southfield A&T today. February is a meaningful and exciting month for our school community. As we celebrate Black History Month, we take time to recognize the achievements, culture, and impact of Black leaders, innovators, and changemakers, past and present. Throughout the month, our school is honoring this history through Spirit Week, student activities, and learning opportunities. We also have many more exciting events and initiatives planned, making February a great time to stay involved and show warrior pride. For February, here are the past and current highlights for Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology. I'll first report on our sports highlights. Our competitive cheer team had an amazing week. They placed first at the league competition and 2nd overall in the league. We also want to congratulate Coach Stancy Napoleon, who was named Coach of the Year. The team will compete at districts on Saturday, February 21st at Rochester Adams, and we encourage everyone to come out and support the team. Our wrestling team, which was brought back last year, has had an incredible season. In just their 2nd year, they became league champions. 3 athletes placed first and 1 placed third. Shoutouts go to Keith McKenzie for placing third, Aiden Saunderson, Jeffrey Nicholson for taking first, and Kenneth Brooks, who led the program in placements for the 2nd year in a row and also placed first. We also want to recognize the 3 young women on the wrestling team who have been making strong contributions. The team will compete at districts on February 11th at Brother Rice. Our bowling team has been having a great season. They currently hold a 7-0 lead record and are 8-4 overall. Caitlin Henderson bowled a 299, Aiden Mason has the highest average and series in the league, and Jace Taylor has the 2nd highest average. We are excited to see how they finish the season and head into districts. Our boys basketball team is on a winning streak. One of their biggest wins came against Harper Woods after being down by 12 points. A three-pointer by Marquise Winston and strong late defense by Donovan Morris helped secure the win. Our girls basketball team had a similar comeback win against Troy. Erica Sheridan made all 3 free throws after being fouled on a three-pointer. Desiree Battle controlled the ball in the final seconds, and Keon Barber led with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Our swim team continues to work hard and is preparing to finish the season strong on February 25th. Our marching warriors competed at MSBOA Regionals on Saturday. They were also invited to perform at Little Caesars Arena for the Detroit Pistons HBCU night, which part of ticket sales were donated to the band. I'll begin with the leadership and activities highlights. Student Council attended regionals on January 25th. Members represented their work and learned from other schools. They placed 5th overall in Showcase, and a special congratulations goes to Anika Ballard, who placed 2nd in the Student Voice competition. This week, Spirit Week, we're celebrating Black History Month and Valentine's Day. Monday was Best Dressed, Tuesday was dressed as a historical figure or African American artist. HBCU gear is on Wednesday, Thursday's African American Pride, and Friday is Pink and Red Day. BPA Week is this week and includes daily activities. The week will also end with the BPA Week party on Thursday. The culinary program held a Valentine's Day bake sale on February 5th and 6th, selling pies, brownies, and cookies. The Warrior Den, Student Council, and TV Production are working together to sell Valentine's Day baskets, singograms, and photo packages through February 11th. They will deliver the baskets, songs, and photo packages on February 12th and 13th. NHS is hosting a Little Caesars Pizza Kit fundraiser throughout February. Order on their Instagram page using the QR code to support them. On February 27th, NHS will be hosting a student versus staff volleyball game during 6th hour. This brings back the tradition that has not yet been since before COVID. Sign-ups are happening during A&B lunch. Let me now tell you about the academic highlights. The JNF advisors continue visiting the CTE Business Finance class every 2 weeks. They also started MACRS, the Minoring Accounting Career Research Society. The group partners with Finance Advisory Program and meets during lunch. Students involved include 11th grade Michaela Miller and Jasmine Lackley. Students participating in the C2 Pipeline Program, a Wayne State College and Career Readiness Program for high school scholars, will be visiting the Wayne State Detroit campus for their STEM lab experience. This is an opportunity they take twice a semester during the visit. Students will learn how to use 3D printers and gain hands-on experience while being introduced to STEM technology. Additionally, all category winners from our science fair will have their projects displayed at the District Science Fair on February 11th. The fair will take place at University High School, giving students the chance to showcase their work and represent our school at the district level. Now for the highlights about security and safety. Tomorrow, February 11th, is Count Day, and it is very important that all students are in attendance. Count Day affects school funding and resources, so every student is wanted to make an important difference by showing up. We also have midwinter break, February 16th to 21st, giving students time to rest and reset. This month has been very busy, from strong athletic performances and student leadership and academic opportunities. There's a lot to be proud of as a Warrior, so we'll see you next month with more activities. Thank you.
Great job. Trustees, do you have any questions for Ms. Pierce? They are busy. Thank you so much. Now we're going to have a representation with Chidi.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go into the new card marking. I know that the last one has been a lot, and hopefully those required cards only put a smile on everyone's face I see. Well, I want to talk about something that never fails to put a smile on my face. Every single day I have come to this school, I have been met with consistent support from every single person. My school is extending the opportunity for people to have the same experience I had. The application continues to be open until this Friday. Please see the school website. As you probably know, the Youth Science Fair was pushed back to February 4th. We'll have an update about that next time. It will be an exciting experience filled with the birth of new sciences. I have a sneaky suspicion some of your students are finding a new love of STEM. The district-wide science fair will be held tomorrow at the U. Speaking of STEM, The Girls Growing Stronger STEM mentoring program for 4th and 5th grade students concluded a 6-week after-school program, which focused on self-esteem, self-love, positivity, positive identity, confidence, leadership skills, problem-solving, and visions for the future. That's a lot of positivity. This initiative was a parent-led program that encompassed 25-plus scholars who benefited from their commitment to becoming a community partner with University K-5. We have also once again been ranked an AP Platinum school. The U is an AP Capstone school with the AP Capstone diploma available. We don't just go gold, we go platinum. Yet there's more to life than just academics. There are academic games. On January 10th, University hosted academic games, welcoming schools from all around the Tri-County area. From all of University, we would like to give thanks to Ms. Nelson, Dr. Wilson, and the countless parent volunteers that gave their time so University could truly shine. Speaking of the university community, we at the U would like to thank you to all that supported the PTSH-sponsored Chipotle fundraiser. On January 6th, we raised $400. Our middle school teams continue to make the most important person in the world, me, proud. The middle school cheerleaders placed third in the January 10th competition. Our middle school boys basketball team had another amazing season this year. Our 5th and 6th grade team was the only undefeated team this season and brought home yet another championship trophy to the U. More importantly, me, with their 29-17 victory over the Thompson Tigers. The 7th and 8th grade team played a hard-fought game against the Bunny Bobcats, but came up short with a loss of 26-30, sadly. Even with this loss, they had a commendable season, coming in second place of all the 7th and 8th grade teams. Great season, everyone. Don't get too comfortable, Buckouts. We'll come charging at you next season. Since we are already talking about U wins, I should mention that our Optimist Club has been recognized with Martin Luther King Jr. Youth Service Awards. They aren't just optimistic, they're servants to their community. While I may have 2 left feet, dance is always fundamental to the part of the U. U seniors participated in a dance clinic at CMU. Madison, Erin, Carly, and Layla truly represented the U well, with Carly and Madison each earning a 4-year scholarship to CMU. Yeah, I could never do that, but I am also excited to spotlight Aurelia M. for demonstrating that effort truly matters when taking the I-Ready assessment. She approaches her work with focus and purpose, consistently using effective strategies such as showing her work, reading questions, and pacing herself. These habits are evident of not only during test time, but also in her daily classroom work. As a result of her effort and perseverance, Aurelia advanced 2 levels in reading and an additional grade level in math. Her progress reflects a strong work ethic and a genuine willingness to be fully engaged in the learning process. I am very proud of her accomplishments, and the example she sets for others. I'm also proud to spotlight Christian for his outstanding mid-year growth in both reading and math. He showed the greatest overall improvement on the I-Ready assessment, earning the largest increase in scores in both subject areas. Christian's progress reflects the extra work he has put into his learning and is a great example of how a positive approach and hard work can lead to success. Congratulations on this achievement. London is an intelligent scholar that doesn't know the definition of give up. She is a leader in the classroom and an example to us, absolutely everyone. This year, she discovered that her gift is in presentation and her confidence truly shows. I put money on it. She's going to be in my position soon. We as chargers believe in charging right into the future. But as you know, charging into things is dangerous without a plan. Our current plan starts with Black History Month continuing. Midwinter break is next week, February 16 to 20. I know y'all are waiting for it. Our Black History Month presentation in middle school and high school will be Wednesday, February 25th. Our March is Reading and Women's History Month. So get ready to celebrate your favorite woman. Thank you.
All right, great job. Trustees, do you have any questions? Did you have something else you want to say? You sure? Okay. Amazing, amazing presentations. Our scholars are doing amazing things in the district and very, very, very busy and learning lots. At this time, I'm going to allow you guys to leave if you would like to study and do whatever you need to do. But thank you so much for 2 amazing presentations this evening. At this time, we'll have the report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Board President. And before Ms. Whitman and Mr. Chidi depart this evening, I do want to recognize that they will both be featured on a WDIV episode next week, whereby they represented Southfield on the topic of social media and how social media impacts the lives of teens. So congratulations to both of them as well. Board President, from phenomenal students to phenomenal partners and phenomenal staff, Southfield Public Schools has it all. This evening, I am very pleased to honor that of Miss Natalie Allen, our food service manager from Bernie North. Miss Allen, video, please.
Hi, my name is Jordan Groves. I'm the Director of Food Service for Southfield Public Schools in partnership with SFE. This month, we chose to nominate Natalie Allen, Kitchen Manager of Vandenberg Elementary. Natalie has been with us for a little over 4 years now. She recently took on a kitchen manager role for the first time inside of that time frame. Involved with the Bernie move going on over there. The school split at 2 different sites. Since January, Natalie has been in a kitchen manager space. We have received nothing but praise from her service to the students and the scholars of Southfield. Kids are eating, they're enjoying their school lunch every day, and we just want to take the time out to appreciate Natalie for everything that she does. Thank you, Natalie.
Hello again. How are you? 2 days in a row.
Hi, School Superintendent.
Good
How
to
are
see you again.
You too.
Good to see you. Is that Miss Natalie over there working really hard?
Yes. Natalie.
Miss Natalie.
Uh-huh.
Hello again.
Hello again.
You are our partner of the month.
Really?
For February.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You were very instrumental in helping Bernie split into the 2 locations for the move management, and you being the kitchen manager for Bernie North
Right.
is really making a difference. So Jordan nominated you, and we confirmed that you were the person for the position.
Oh, thank you guys.
We are going to celebrate her at the board meeting on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So if
Oh
you're
my
not
God, I'm
able
about to cry.
to attend, at least watch it online, because we want to make sure you know how much we value you and you have our full support.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, while we're on the topic of food service, also please know that our scholars received a survey this week to complete regarding food service, and we will have those results coming back to you, trustees, in a relatively short time period. So, okay. Next, our other employee of the month is not able to be here with us this evening. Hopefully, she is watching online. This is the person that makes it all happen behind the scenes, and that is Miss Katie Sackett. Play her video.
Hi, I'm Mark Ingram, the Chief Financial Officer for Southfield Public Schools. And I nominate Katie Sackett for our Employee of the Month. Katie is our payroll manager, and she pays over 4,000 employees every 2 weeks. She does it with a smile on her face. It'd be a thankless job at times, but Katie handles it with total aplomb and total professionalism. She comes in during breaks. For example, during the holiday break, she was here. Make sure we got our paychecks on December 26th. Right now, She plays such a vital role in keeping people happy. So for that reason, I nominate Katie Sackett for our Employee of the Month. Thank you.
Hey, Miss Katie, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I know this is your crazy, busy time of year. Busy time of week with payroll. And I wouldn't interrupt you unless you were the partner, the employee of the month.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you. This is long overdue. You work so hard to make sure that everyone is well taken care of, and you are like our unsung hero. Even when little things happen, you just handle it so gracefully, and we are so appreciative to you and all that you do.
Thank you.
Another hug.
Thank you.
And we will make sure that Katie gets her items on tomorrow. As we transition into the next topic, before we get into enrollment, recruitment, and retention, I want to lift a few things that came up relative to some new legislation today. In case you've not heard, our governor did sign into law the fact that cell phones will not be allowed in classrooms moving forward for the 26-27 academic school year. So I want people to begin wrapping their minds around that now. There will be some local control over some very specific areas, but for the most part, people now recognize that having cell phones in the classrooms is indeed a distraction to the learning environment. So that was signed into law today, so I wanted to lift that. Some other things that have come up recently, I've received some inquiries relative to where we are with our athletic program and our football coach. We do have 2 final interviews scheduled on Thursday, so I will be letting the board know the final recommendation on Friday. So we are very close to having that announcement. Also, there was question relative to why we changed students' passwords on today. We are constantly working to stay ahead of the scams that are out there that are targeting our scholars. Once before, I lifted to the trustees that we had someone inquiring to our scholars about obtaining their banking information. And then once again this weekend, we had another incident whereby a teacher's account was hacked, and before we could really get our arms around that, we wanted to make sure that we once again changed our scholars' passwords. So we are deeply sorry for the inconvenience that it causes, but we want to stay ahead of keeping our scholars safe. So that is why we decided to change the passwords as soon as it was brought to our attention. So wanted to lift those side notes so that everyone understood where we are regarding those topics. Moving on to the enrollment, recruitment, and retention proposal. I've shared this before, so for those of you that have heard it, please forgive me for the redundancy, but it's important to note that Southfield is not the only school district that is in a space where scholars are going elsewhere. The state of Michigan overall has approximately 12,000 less students every year. Oakland County over the last decade has lost 35,000 students. And according to the SEMCOG report, there will only be 6,000 additional school-age children in Oakland County collectively over the next 25 years. That means that there are less school-age children for all school districts to enroll, and we need to do a better job of ensuring that we are providing excellent customer service to the scholars that we have. That being said, we are issuing a survey to our families that will be coming out on this Friday, asking them about customer service at their respective schools, because we value your input and we want to hear from you. We do have our School of Choice open now, and as Chidi mentioned, the application window is open at the U, as well as for our other programs throughout the district. If you wish to learn more about our programs, you can go on our website and/or contact our pupil accounting office run by Ms. Rebecca Ludington. Is Rebecca here this evening? I didn't see her. Okay. But she would be more than happy to speak with you regarding that component. Lastly, we will move to that of our staffing presentation. Ms. Foster? Thank you, ma'am. And I think Mr. Chidi has the clicker, so I need you to, if you just click for me, okay. Move forward. Staffing update for today, February 10th. Adler, we have the ASD position, again, that is being filled by an ISSN team member, and then we have the one speech pathologist, again, being filled by our partner organization. McIntyre, the .5 gym teacher, again, this has been a consistent teacher for our scholars at McIntyre for the duration of this year. Stevenson, 0 vacancies. Continue. Bernie, we have the ASD teacher being filled by a substitute teacher, 1 EI teacher being filled by an ISSN team member, and 1 kindergarten teacher currently being filled by a substitute teacher. I do want to lift that, before you go off, Bernie, the 1 additional teacher, we did just highlight one of our ASD paraprofessionals at the last Talent Together presentation, so I would be remiss if I didn't lift her in this conversation as well. Moving forward. Thompson, 2 ASD teachers being filled by substitutes. The science teacher, which is an SPS retiree, has accepted the position and will be starting soon. Yay! The Spanish teacher, we're using the MEG's language partner platform and the community schools coordinator position. We do have a candidate identified. That position became available because the person that was filling that position moved back into a counseling position. So they assumed the counseling position at the U, thus creating the vacancy at Thompson. But we have identified a candidate there. Moving forward. Levy, 0 vacancies. Yay! Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, we have 1 ASD teacher vacancy. And again, I know my scholars asked last time, that's the autism spectrum disorder teaching position. University K-12, 0 vacancies. Yay! KLC, 1 SXI teacher and 1 social worker. That is being filled by a partner. And again, kudos to the KLC team because that's the lowest number that we've had on their vacancy list as well. Bussey, 2 speech pathologists, both being filled by partner organization, 2 ECSE teachers, which is early childhood special education, being filled by substitute retirees, and 1 EIV teacher, which is early intervention. District-wide, 1 ISSN Medicaid billing supervisor, 1 teacher consultant, but we have a candidate identified, and 1 English as a second language support staff member. The shortest report yet. We are getting better every month. So thank you to Mr. Stevens and his hardworking team upstairs with the talent management department. Are there any questions for me, trustees, relative to the information shared this evening?
I have a question through the chair. I'm just raising the questions of our scholars regarding information that you provided. The first question that our scholars wanted to know is, what do you mean when you say a customer service survey? What will the survey be looking to gather information
Yes,
about?
so the survey is going out to the families of all of our scholars to ask if they are satisfied with the services that they are receiving, the educational services that they are receiving at their respective school. And if not, what would they like to see different? We will also inquire as to whether or not they plan to stay with that school for the next school year, and if not, why are they considering another placement? It could be that they're considering another school within our district or considering a school outside of the district. We don't know unless we ask, and then once we know, we do better.
Okay, they have one more question that they want me to list.
Absolutely.
This is probably the most important question
The
of the
cell
night.
phone.
What is the process for the cell phone?
Well, as stated, the governor just signed this bill on today, and fortunately for both of you, you will be graduates when it goes into effect for next school year. So you can share with the underclassmen that they will be subject to the cell phone ban for next year in the classroom. So we will probably start implementing some things now so that we can begin to ease our way into the full ban for next school year, but it does go into full effect for the 26-27 school year. So you'll be freshmen in college.
What's to the board? About like it going into full effect, does that mean that there will be no cell phones in school, or is it just like specifically during class and time?
During instructional hours is how it's currently written.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure I will have a lot of questions after tonight. This just went into effect today, so we have to tease through it, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of opinions from legal counsel as to how to implement with full fidelity. Okay, all right, thank you, Board President. Now we have Dr. Kelly Wash and the report of Bussey for the Head Start Director's report.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board members and Superintendent Green. My name is Ursula Kelly Wash, and I'm happy to present the Bussey report for the month of February. Okay. Because Bussey is an early childhood center, people often ask, what do the scholars do? What are they learning? But I just wanted to kind of highlight that Bussey has a research-based curriculum. It's called High Scope. And High Scope promotes active learning, critical thinking, even in our infant toddler spaces and classrooms. The teachers pose questions based on the scholar's interests. It's student initiated and teacher facilitated. And there is also an assessment component too, based on CORE, which is our child observation record. We have a daily schedule, which focuses on a routine, so students are well able to do what our high schoolers do. They have a schedule. And I just wanted to highlight that because students are actively learning and teachers are well positioned to teach and engage scholars. So the director's report will once again include our enrollment report, which is always changing, our average daily attendance, our child find form, which is how we gather information to make sure that we're supporting students in their academic and social emotional journeys, education report, and health and safety and family engagement. So our enrollment report is actually kind of updated today. We were fortunate to enroll another scholar in our tadpole room, so now our early Head Start is filled. We have 8 students in the baby dino room and 8 students in the tadpole room. For Head Start, there are 59 students, and we have 0 on our waiting list, and we have 5 vacancies. And for our GSRP, we're fortunate, we have little steps at Bussey as well. And fortunately, because we're always wanting to promote, transition and collaboration, 3 of the scholars from Little Steps are now transitioning over to GSRP. So that's a great progress for us as well. And so that's an additional 3 students in our GSRP program. So for average daily attendance for the month of January, we have some illnesses, and so we're kind of in the low 80s. For early Head Start, 83%, Head Start, 84%. Our blends, which is Head Start GSRP, 83%, and for GSRP, 83%. So, parents are still committed to getting their scholars there and also making wise choices when they're ill to keep them at home and take them to the doctor so that they can come back strong and ready to learn. Okay, so for our CACFP program, our numbers are a little bit lower this month, well, for January, and it's due to some of the snow days that we had due to the inclement weather. But for breakfast, we were able to feed 875 students, for adults, 298, for our AM snack, 165 students, and for our adults, 62. For our lunch, a little over 1,018 lunches were served to our scholars, and for adults, 298. For our PM snack for students, 894, and for our adults, 278. And just a special thank you to Mr. Groves and Ms. Kim Tumrell for all that you do to support Bussey. Anytime I have a question or an email, they're always there to willing and to assist and to order food, and I really appreciate your assistance. Okay, so for our evaluations, like I said, we're always trying to make sure that teachers are observing, using their data, doing behavior reports. And matter of fact, today I supported a parent with one of our child find forms, making sure that students, if they need emotional or social support, academic support, we're catching it early. Early intervention is the best intervention to make sure that our students are well prepared to do well socially and academically going forward for elementary and high school. So for education, once again, we're still in period 2. For our child observation record, we're using the KDIs to make sure that observations are taken using anecdotal notes. The KDIs are our key developmental indicators. We have a home learning packet, which really supported our students during inclement weather. There was a homeschool connection. And I'm happy to say, once again, with our educators, empowering educators, every staff meeting, our teaching teams are doing presentations. I'm so happy to report one teacher, she felt very confident based on her presentation to actually submit a proposal for the Michigan Early Childhood Education Association, and her proposal was accepted. And so she's going to do a presentation. I'm very proud of Ms. Dees. Yeah, just getting up there and, using your presentation skills, and, having questions posed to you. So I'm very happy and proud of her. And also with our weekly teacher staff newsletters, we always have education tips and information about active supervision and different things to empower our teachers as well. And so also, our teachers are hard at work preparing our scholars for a Black History program titled The Children's Museum Celebrating the African American Experience. It will take place on Thursday, February 26th. The teachers decided that they wanted one program this year, so it will be from 9:30 to 10:30. And we're very excited. I've been going in and out of classrooms, watching the students practice and, making sure, we're trying to make a homeschool connection too, so the parents can support as well, making sure that there's articulation, presentation skills, poise, and confidence as they're going to present in front of their families in a few weeks. And then also for our in-kind report, it's a little over $102,973.22. But this number is will be increased when we do our policy council meeting, because the data is still being entered into Child Plus. But I know during the last meeting, there was a request for some in-kind data. So this number is always changing. We're trying to, Mrs. Rogers and we had a meeting today, and so she's committed to creating a digital platform which will kind of facilitate parents entering the in-kind in a very quick and accessible way. So I thank everybody for their support. Are there any questions?
For the chair? We recently had, and I probably have gotten it all wrong, a signing day for our young scholars. Can you talk to our community about how that went?
Oh, it went very well. We actually had to gather more chairs because it was so well attended. And we had about 50 parents who attended the signing day, and we had great participation from all of our elementary schools. All the principals were there with their kindergarten teaching teams, and with including transportation, enrollment, and parents were able to go around and basically find out more information about all of the wonderful opportunities and educational opportunities that are offered here in Southfield. In addition, all the principals, they made presentations, so it was a great night. It was wonderful to see. It wasn't just the BUSC students. We have reached out to many different local child care centers in Southfield too, and so we had some other external people as well. But it was well attended, well received, and so it's just the signing day was great. And thank you to Dr. Freeman. She was there to support and help. Thank you, Superintendent Green. Everything, it went very well. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Dr.
so
Kelly
thank you
Wash.
very much.
Much appreciated.
All right, now we will have our public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention any persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of the school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. Ms. Sharon Heath, can you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Sharon Heath, 21854 Colony Park Circle in Southfield, Michigan, 48076. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Sharon Heath, and I'm from the Michigan Education Justice Coalition. I am here today just to share a comment, I guess you could say, about a ballot initiative that could help this city and helps cities across the entire state invest in my kids. If you have not heard of Invest in My Kids, it's Michigan Kids. We're trying to get more funding for our state, for our public schools. I think we all can probably agree that we definitely can always use more funding, and here's how we plan to get it. I'm going to just go ahead and read our initiative. So it's a constitutional amendment to add, beginning in 2027, an additional 5% tax on annual taxable income over $1 million for joint filers and over $500,000 for single filers. This tax is in addition to existing state income taxes and is to be deposited into the state school aid fund and required to be used exclusively on local school district classrooms, career and technical education, reducing class sizes, and recruiting and retaining teachers, and subject funds to annual audits. So as has been mentioned, I'm sure it will help with teacher retention. We have been collecting since August. We have over 200,000 signatures. And I just want Southfield to know, my hometown, that we need volunteers and that we're here for you guys. And if you want to, sign on and put your name down so it can be voted on, please do. We have had several endorsements from Hazel Park Board, the AFT, SEIU, and we want to thank a few of the board members here in Southfield as well that have endorsed. We just want everyone to endorse so that we can go ahead and come to all the events and get more signatures so we can pass this and get more funding. And that's pretty much everything.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Denny, if you can please state your name and address for the record. Right here at the podium.
Yeah, my name is Danny Communer, and I live in Lathrop Village. My address is 18564 Dolores Avenue, and I love living there. I love being there, and I love being a part of the community. My question is, well, first of all, I want to tell you that I belong to the NCJW, which is the National Council of Jewish Women. And we are a 501c organization. And we do not, we are nonpartisan and do not take sides for any parties or candidates. We are happy to provide any information regarding voting rights and rights, as well as the importance of voting to young people. They are our future, and our country is in their hands. We are living in stressful times. They need to be fully informed in order to make the right choices for them, their families, and our country. NCJW is happy to visit schools and give students the information they need. Does Southfield Lathrop have the capability of being able to register students to vote? Because, particularly in the 11th and 12th graders, because there are a lot of changes have been made in Michigan about voting rules as to absentee ballots, early voting, the use of drop boxes, and deadlines for ballots to be received. How Michigan citizens living in other states or away at school can register and vote. I think that that's it. I just want everybody to know that we can come, we are happy to come into the schools and assist students in registering to vote, because this is going to be an important election, and we're all a little bit nervous about what's going on, and so it's so important for young people to vote, and we want them to know everything that they need to know about it, and there is a lot. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope that I can hear from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Betty Robinson, please state your name and address for the record, please.
Betty Robinson, 21889 Glenmora, Southfield, Michigan. As a former board member and board president, I'd like to just highlight a few things that are presented to me by staff, parents, students, and I think they should be addressed. And some people are afraid to speak up because of what may happen to them later on. But I understand you mentioned you're closing schools, and you also have a $345 million bond to be paid off in 30 years. And you have a school debt millage that went from 2.5 mils to 5.56 mils. Plus, you have a sinking fund of 0.68 mils. And you only have students, 4,500 students. And you're closing school. Tell me, why are we closing schools if the, tell me, why are we remodeling all these schools if we only have 4,500 students? What are you going to do with the other schools that are going to be vacant? Well, you've been selling school for the last couple of years. So now what are we going to do? We're going to have a city of Southfield with a lot of empty buildings. And those buildings are going to be hard to sell. So I need to know what your plans are for addressing that, okay? Student enrollment is only 4,500. We went from 12,000 to 4,000. And that's a problem. They're moving all over the place, Oakland County, Birmingham, Bloomfield Hills, Country Day, private schools, whatever. Also, I understand that there's a problem in special ed, a lack of communication with parents, and parents are afraid to speak up because they're afraid of repercussion. And that I also understand that you need to communicate if you're working with people. Let them know what their expectations are, and in order to get things done. Also, I want to know, we've always had a financial report mentioned at every school board meeting. Why did that stop all of a sudden when Dr. Green came? We are homeowners. We need to know where our money is being spent, how it's being utilized. So why doesn't the financial manager make a report? Why he's not allowed to do that? That's an issue, okay? Also, hold on, I got to, okay, I mentioned that. I'm just making sure I mentioned everything that I was, had to mention. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Thank you. Marie Banks, can you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Good evening. My name is Marie Banks. My address is 29506 Andover Boulevard, Farmington Hills, Michigan. I was just coming to, once again, report about university. We had our PTSA meeting last month, and Ms. Paula Lightsey attended and presented, actually, on just always just tips and tricks and tools that we can use to make it through. And what became very evident was that I had to sit back and think about it. University has gone through transitions every year since 2020. Every year. And as a result of the transition, we always get some fallout of it. And this school has now merged, and now this school is about to relocate. And one thing that I heard Ms. Lightsey tell us that we need to cover these students. My daughter came to me this week and she said, "Ma, I feel like I'm the only student that's don't have any choices for high school. You made my choice." I say, "I did, and I am." But we have to be mindful of the children that are staying. And I'm going to keep lifting it up. I believe our building leaders are doing it, but I want, as board members, that this is yet another transition. While there's good down the way, a lot of the a lot of the scholars that's going through the transition won't be there for the good. So we have to start strategically. Like, we can't, it's a lot. I know you all are moving a lot. You're moving a lot of dirt, you're moving a lot of money, you're getting all this done. But to be mindful that we got to make sure on top, support our building leaders, but also as a district, make our students want to stay, because they all got accepted to all the schools that they applied to. They all got accepted. So we got to speak to why they shouldn't go to Country Day, why they shouldn't go to Cass, why they shouldn't go to Renaissance, why we should stay. That should be our mantra from here on to the rest of the school year. And also, if we can move that tour up, I don't know if spring break, winter break, or something for the parents to go see the respective buildings while the other schools aren't in it, we got to do that too, because the uncertainty makes our parents so uncomfortable. So it's just things we can do to support our building leaders. You all are brilliant. I'm sure you all can come up with some more things, but the social, emotional assessment, these parents are scared and these children are scared as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Banks.
Board President, if I may, not to address anyone directly, but I did want to share that we had a legislative briefing within the last week or so, whereby we shared all of our finances with the entire community and left presentations on the table for all to see. And also our boards along the far wall demonstrate what we are doing with all $345 million that our community did vote in favor of as we move forward with the bond work. So I just wanted to lift that for anyone that may be inquiring. Also, relative to buildings, the district does not have any additional empty buildings. The only empty building that we have is the old Bussey MacArthur on 12 Mile, and that is currently under contract. So kudos to you for actually eliminating all excess property that we had in Southfield. Thank you, Board President.
Trustee, did you have a question? I'm sorry. Okay. All right, consent agenda, action items. Trustees, do I have a motion for the approval of the minutes from December 9th, our regular board meeting, January 6th, our special board meeting and organizational meeting, January 10th, our special board meeting and board retreat. We have been meeting. January 20th, our special board meeting and student hearing.
So moved.
Support. The motion has been moved in support. Are there any questions?
What's a student hearing?
Would you like me to?
Can we answer?
Yeah, we can. Student hearings are anytime a scholar violates the student code of conduct. They are to come before the Board of Education to explain their actions, and then the Board of Education has the ability to exclude that student from the district for up to 180 days, which is one full academic school year.
Great question. Any additional questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, will you please call for the vote?
Absolutely. Trustee Denson?
Yes.
Trustee Belk?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway?
Yes?
Trustee Smith-Thomas? I'm sorry, who is absent? My apologies. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried. Information items.
Personal action.
Oh, I'm sorry, personnel action report. Trustees, you should have this in your binders, report 6447. Is there a motion to open and approve report 6447?
So move.
The motion has been moved and supported. Is there any discussions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Myself, yes. Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Trustee Denton? Yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried. We're going to move to our information items.
Thank you, Board President. Report 6448 is a countywide millage resolution. Some of you may recall, I shared this information with you earlier in the fall of last year. It's been discussed for the past 2 years, actually, in Oakland County. Oakland is one of the only counties without an enhancement millage, and your vote on this resolution would not be in favor of or against the millage. It would simply be to put it on the ballot for the voters to make a decision whether or not they wanted the county of Oakland to have an enhancement millage. If the voters of the entire county vote in favor of this millage, the mills would be collected by Oakland schools and then redistributed to the respective 28 school districts. So your vote in favor of the resolution would simply be to place it in the hands of the voters for the voters to make a decision in the August, the other A month, August 4th election.
Trustees, are there any questions?
What to the board? What exactly is the county-wide millage resolution about?
So it allows, if the county, all of the county of Oakland vote in favor of this, it would be another tax on homeowners to collect monies to redistribute to all of the schools in the entire county of Oakland.
Any additional questions? Dr. Green, did you want?
I think our student board rep has a question, so I wanted to make sure I respected her question. Go ahead, Paris. You sure? Okay. I'll follow up with you afterwards if you want to talk offline. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Could you explain millage, perhaps?
So millage is based on your home value, your state equalized value of your home. So if your home is worth $100,000, your state equalized value is $50,000, and a mill is can go up to 18 mills at the local level. So it's $1 per every $1,000 on your home value. Mathematical equation, but so that's why I use whole numbers. So we can sit down afterwards and go through it because I see you being a homeowner.
Dr. Green? Thank you, Board President. If this is a no, and it does not go on the ballot, what are the repercussions?
Oh, I'm glad you lifted that. So it takes 51% of all of the children in Oakland County's boards to support it before it goes on the ballot. So if Southfield's board voted against putting it on the ballot and school boards representing 51% of the children in all of Oakland County voted in favor of it, it could still find its way to the August 4th ballot. So this is saying that representing the city of Southfield and Lathrop Village, you want your community's voice to be heard in that election as well, relative to this particular item.
Dr. Green, I have one question. If a board votes no and it finds its way to the ballot and passes, will the district that voted no are they still entitled to receive funds?
They are.
Thank you.
Board President, given that there are time constraints relative to placing items on the agenda, and given that we are going out on winter break soon, might the board, if it's the pleasure of the board, might you consider taking action on this since you've had this information since October? If it's the pleasure of the board.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve report 6448?
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported. Are there any questions? Additional questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Bell.
No.
Trustee Denson. Yes. Trustee Holloway.
No.
Do we still have to give a reason for no?
You do. You have to give a reason for no.
We do meet,
You have to give a reason for no.
Trustee Bell, President Bell, we'll go back to you as to your reason why, no?
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay. Trustee Holloway.
I don't have the complete understanding of it.
Trustee Johnson.
Yes.
Myself, yes. The outcome is 4-2.
Motion carried.
Thank you, trustees. And again, just to reiterate, this says that it will go on the ballot for the residents of our community to make a final decision. Okay. Next, we have Report 6449, Henry Ford, Southeast Michigan Community Health Interagency Agreement. And this is the new interagency agreement for our school-based health center at Southfield A&T. You may recall when we opened the school-based health center, it was under Ascension Providence. And since Ascension is now under the Henry Ford umbrella, we had to update our interagency agreement with Henry Ford because they are now the grant holder for the school-based health center. We didn't update it right away because when the merger originally occurred, the school-based health dollars still fell under that of the Ascension umbrella. Now that grant has reached its sunset date, and now we are into the new grant, which is under the Henry Ford umbrella. So this just continues our relationship with our already healthcare providers, and they will continue the services at Southfield A&T. It's at no cost to the district.
That was the next question.
It's at no cost to the district. They provide the nurse practitioner, they provide the counselors that give additional supports to the scholars. They provide all of the medical equipment. We provide the space that they utilize, and of course, we as a district pay the utilities for the space that they're in.
All right, Dr. Green, would you like us to make this actionable?
If it is the
tonight?
pleasure of the board.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6449?
So moved.
Support.
A motion has been moved and supported. Are there any questions? Through the chair.
Oh, through the chair. Oh, since OHEL is no longer in use at the moment, where are they located?
They are still located in the same place. They have an exterior door, so if anyone needs to see their services or seek their services, they can still access the clinic through the outside door.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great question.
Yes.
And for people like myself that I need landmarks, that's off of the tennis court side, is that correct?
That is correct. It's not the door immediately in front of the tennis courts. There is a sidewalk adjacent to that door. I believe, I don't know that door number. I'm looking at Kelly I. Oh, Jordan knows the number. What number is that? 13? So it's not door 13. Thank you. It is the sidewalk adjacent to door 13, and you can go right to the side door. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jordan.
Are there any additional questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, will you please call for the vote?
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Benson? Yes. Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, trustees. Next is Report 6450, our Systems Integrator Services, Macomb Mechanical. And joining us this evening, we have TJ, and we also have Kelly with an I. And the reason I keep saying Kelly with an I, because we do have two Kelly Fergusons working on our team. One is Kelly with an I, and one is Kelly with a Y. So that's how we tell them apart when we do presentations.
Thank you.
TJ?
Good evening.
So report 6450 is for a system integrator for the district. And what that would, for the district, from an operational standpoint, it is a way to tie all of the building, heating, cooling, things of that nature together so that your operations team is able to better manage those from one central point. And so the recommendation for that is for Macomb Mechanical. So we sent this out for competitive bid, and after interview and review of their proposal, Macomb was the most favorable for the district. And if any questions on that one?
Through the chair, would that mean that that's like about building a new heating system, or is that something else?
So, okay, so Chidi, what it does is it affords the operations team to be able to monitor all of the heating systems from their respective locations. So if there's an issue at university, they will see it on their computer, and they are able to basically remote in to the system at university and provide a remedy in real time versus having to get in their car, drive all the way over, and make a determination or a diagnostic exam to find out what's wrong with the system. And they can see that for every school throughout the entire school district, saving time and resources.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's remote. It's remote, so it would be a software that goes onto all of the computers throughout the entire, throughout the entire district. The HVAC systems in every new school will be tied into this module. On the computer.
Right, a hub on the computer. There is a physical building location
Where the operations team is housed.
the operations team. So it would be Joe's team?
Yeah, where the operations team is housed, yes.
TJ, I have a question. So is it basically like Ecobee? You know what, it's like an HVAC where on your phone that you can, you got multiple.
Temperatures.
Yes, and,
Similar
and,
to that, and so
Okay.
you can take it to various levels. It can do your HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and cooling. You can monitor lighting. It can do security. The district can build it out to various levels. You're starting at one of the early phases of it, and the most critical items that you guys are going to tie into would be the HVAC, as that's been what is most problematic. And then it will be set up so that additional platforms can be added to it through program. Once the initial system is in place, the additional adds that have to happen are primarily through programming and tying it into the system.
Through the chair.
yes.
I mean, I know we've worked on those systems before, and now this is an integration, but will there be additional training if necessary to make sure that everybody's on the same hyperlinks and know what they're looking at?
So part of the package is to provide training to the operations team to understand how to utilize it. There is periodic training that they will come in to do and service hours that go alongside with it, so.
Yes.
So if no additional questions on this, I can move into 6451 if you like.
Trustees, are there any additional questions?
One more. Sorry, how long is this going to take?
So it will continue throughout the bond. There will be some initial phases that start to tie in construction that is currently underway, buildings that have been completed, Right now, Joe's team has to remote into each building individually. They can't go to a central system and see what the entire district is doing to respond to it, so. So the bond is anticipated to run through 2030, early 2031, because we took 2 years off of the bond to help compress things to expedite it. And so
So when you're graduating from your undergraduate program, you can come back and see the completion of everything.
Right.
That will be 2030.
not every building has to wait until the end to be tied in, but what they will be doing is as projects are progressing on the back end, they will come back and update and make those progressions so that everything is tied in together.
All right. The next item is that of the amendment to the French Associates contract. Trustees, you may recall that for 2 weeks, we had furniture vendors set up modular classrooms at McIntyre, and we had our staff go over and survey the different furniture that 3 different vendors proposed. Pleased to share that we did hone in on one that we will be working with in the first school that will receive the new furnishings is that of Thompson. Thompson had to move out 3 consecutive summers, and unfortunately, their furniture cannot withstand one more move out over the summer. So we are moving forward with the FFE portion of the bond, which is furnishings, fixtures,
Furnishings and equipment.
and equipment. I know that question would come up, what is FFE? So, pleased to share that French Associates, this is an amendment to their contract so that they can ensure the furnishings for us.
Trustees, are there any questions regarding Report 6451? Would you like to make these items actionable this evening?
If it's the pleasure of the board.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6450 and Report 6451? Motion has been moved and supported. Are there any questions? All right, hearing none. Board Secretary, will you please call for the vote?
Trustee Benson? Yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Myself, yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. I'm sorry, unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you,
Thank you.
trustees. Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.
Now we're going to have our financial report and monthly bill disbursement by our treasurer, Nicole Denson.
Thank you, Board President. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have fully reviewed all of the financial documents. Thank you so much, Board President, for answering my questions and assisting me. I have nothing to report in those findings. Everything is fine. Everything is great within our district and within our financials. So, thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer Denson. For the good of the order. Yes.
Thank you, Board President. While I'm not a trustee, I did want to lift that we have a lot of exciting things happening in our district on tomorrow being Count Day. As our representatives mentioned, the things happening at their respective schools, but I wanted to lift some of the other schools, such as Adler having their Valentine dance, Stevenson having pajamas and a movie and snack day, Thompson having Count the Love dance and raffles throughout the day, Levy having a house competition, Thompson, again, a Count Day dance. McIntyre, they are doing 2 things. They're doing Parents Count, which I think is amazing, where they have something for the families and the parents of our scholars, and then they're also doing an iReady celebration. And then lastly, they are getting confirmation on a treat. So I look forward to seeing what their treat is over there at McIntyre tomorrow. KLC is doing Spirit Week for the entire week. Vandenberg, which is Bernie North, they're having Count Day activities all day. And Southfield A&T, they are raffling off gift cards. So wanted to lift those components. Also on months are going by fast, March 28th, we are doing a farewell tour of the Southfield Lathrop campus from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., whereby any alum can come and take their final stroll through the building. Some people asked why we were not waiting until June to do the final farewell, and that is because the day after school ends, we are turning it over to the abatement team, and no one will be able to come onto that campus. So we had to find a date that was a compromise between the last day of school and all of the student activities that we currently have on that campus, and that day is March 28th. So wanted to lift those two pieces. Thank you, Board President, for allowing me that moment.
Thank you, Dr. Green. Anything else for the good of the order?
Through the chair?
Yes.
I have just a couple of things that I wanted to lift as we are getting ready to go on break. So for those of us that are traveling safe and travel mercies, we do have some students that will be leaving as they are heading down to New Orleans to be in the parade. So travel mercies to our band and our director, who's doing an awesome job. Of course, Dr. Green talked about Count Day, so please have your kids there on time, in time for the fun time. I do have a question about a survey, Dr. Green, for the move for university parents. And perhaps next time you can just update us on how many responded and how that looks.
BP, if I may. So that, part of that information is tied into the survey that I lifted for recruitment retention. So that is all inclusive in the survey that is going out, not just to our U parents, but to all of our parents throughout our district. So when we reconvene at our study session, I'll have that data for you.
I want to say to all of our parents, tomorrow is count day. We keep saying it, tomorrow is count day. Also, for the U, please check your emails. A lot of things that were lifted today, not that we're addressing them, but we have sent out something for universities so parents will know exactly what's going on. You know, the start times, you know, all of those things, those are temporary as we finish aligning with everything. There's some information about transportation. There's a lot of information that went out today before the school board meeting started. So if you are a parent of the U, please check your emails. Anything else for the good of the order?
Board President?
Yes.
This is just a shout out to Thompson K through 8 school-wide Black History Living Wax Museum. That is February the 25th from 9 to 10. What it entails is our scholars have been researching and preparing to bring history to life by portraying influential figures who have shaped Black history and culture. This is an event, and it's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate their hard work, creativity, and dedication. Again, that is February 25th, 9 to 10 at Thompson K through 8.
Thank you, Board President. Also would like to give a shout out to Levy Middle School, who hosted the Amazing Shake last week, and it made the morning news. So we're always proud of our scholars there. That's where they learn their soft skills. They focus on prompts. They have eye contact, handshake, poise, and their ability to impart knowledge in a short time frame. So consider it an elevator speech, if you will. The scholars that score the highest will then go on to compete in the regional, and then ultimately the highest from the regional can compete in Atlanta, Georgia.
One last thing, because we keep talking about this survey, parents, please take the time to fill out the survey. We are working really hard to accommodate those things. It doesn't help to talk to each other about it. It's your time, and it's your turn to tell the board how you feel about the district and if you plan on returning. So please take the time to fill out the survey. It's a few short questions, and when we ask if you want to add anything, there's no character limitations, so you can tell us all about what you want to add. So please fill out the survey.
It's coming out Friday.
It's coming out this Friday. Please fill out the survey to help us help you. All right, future meetings, Wednesday, February 11th, we have our count day. We're going to keep saying it, count day. Get up in the morning, get there on time, as our secretary said. Also, Monday, February the 16th through Friday next week, we're out for midwinter recess. No school next week. No school next week. Tuesday, February the 24th, we do have a special board meeting and study session here at 6 o'clock p.m. Saturday, March the 7th, we have another special board meeting and the role of the board in the non-renewal process here at JWE at 9 a.m. Tuesday, March the 10th, we have a regular board meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. And Wednesday, March the 11th, we have State of the District at Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology in the Field House at 6 o'clock p.m. If you were not there last year, please come this year. You will not be disappointed. You want to know what's going on in the district, this is your time to hear everything that's happening in our district. That is again Wednesday, March the 11th. Meeting adjourned at 8:26.